morning. It's Tuesday in the garden again, so I'm here to say good morning, and I think our cat Roxy is hiding over there under the bush to say good morning too. So what's been happening this week? Well, I had a first, something I thought I would never ever do. In fact, it never, excuse me, came into my thinking that I would be doing this. So on early Saturday morning at 4:30 in the morning, 4:30 a.m. in the morning, I was lying in bed, obviously in my PJs, and I went to a wedding. I attended a wedding, lying in bed in England, in my PJs, and the wedding was taking place in Singapore. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I'd be an invited guest under those circumstances. So a dear friend of ours, Daniel, one of my boys, got married, and of course with the corona couldn't go, but it's a beautiful picture on my Facebook wall. If you just scroll down one, you'll see it, and so happy for him and for Tammy. Are you coming to say good morning too, Roxy? Roxy's coming to say good morning. So yeah, that was exciting. I thought, this is surreal. This is surreal being in this situation. So that was fun. So that was good news. Sad news. I've just been talking to my neighbour, who is an avid gardener, so I discover, and he told me, you will never grow anything on the soil in your garden. It is too clay, nothing grows here. I said, but there must be a way. Yes, he said, bring in topsoil, bring in sand, bring in shingles, and get the soil all right, etc., etc., and it'll work. Well, that would be all right, except there's no way to get to the back of our house because it's completely blocked off at the front, and at the back you can see there's a fence, there's nowhere to go behind it. So you can all lament with me the sad ending of the garden expedition, because the grow bags have not fared too well, unfortunately. So I declare myself a non-gardener. So that's that. Apart from that, oh, I know, exciting. I had another book published this week in Brazil. Yep, it was exciting. I will put a picture up on Facebook at some point, but so that book's gone out, and I think they published about 2,000 copies, which they have just distributed free right through their denomination. It's a Four-Square Church in Brazil. So that was exciting. Things continue to roll out, and I'm speaking in Kuching in Malaysia in 2 weeks' time, so we have to record that and send that over for the church. Andrew was speaking at a conference in Brazil a week ago, so we had to send that out. Our Issachar network, if you want to know more, message me, is rolling out across the nations. Rolling out across the nations in a crazy way. In Dubai, Malaysia, Iran, Indonesia, the UK, Israel. The countries are getting to be endless, but God is really blessing that. So again, as I say, we're not slowing down. This is just fast going. We're actually looking to slow down a bit because we're just working till about 10 o'clock at night some days. The podcasts now, we did a podcast last weekend with someone from Christian Concern in the UK, and if you're in America, they're a bit like the ACLJ, the American Centre for Law and Justice, and watching out on the legalities for Christians. And it was horrifying what is going on and during this time, and it really is a time for Christians to make their voice known. We have to make our voice known whatever way you can. Facebook, yes, or Instagram, yeah, but it's got to be directly to politicians, directly to the lawmakers. Do what you can, but let your voice be heard. We cannot look over our shoulder in 5 or 6 years' time and go, well, I put a post on Facebook. It's got to be more than that. So look for ways to make your voice known during this time, because silence agrees. Silence isn't neutral. Silence always sides with the abuser. Always. Silence is not neutral, so don't think, well, I'm just going to wait. If you're silent, you are siding with all that is going on that you don't want to go on, whatever that might be. So, really good podcast. So, that's about me for today. Nothing really exciting. Thankfully, nothing hilariously funny, because that usually means something went wrong. I was reading. Where was I reading? I think it's in 1 Peter, where it says that in the time of Noah, God had patience until the ark was built. God's judgment on the earth was held back until the ark was built. And I do wonder if during this time, God is holding back his time of judgment until we, his people, are ready. And I think this time of shaking is our time to be ready. So be sure you're being proactive in this time, proactive in dealing with issues in your own life. If this shaking has thrown up fears and issues in your life, get them dealt with quickly, so that as we go forward, you're in a stronger place. Whatever you need to do to prepare yourself for the future, do it now. If you want ideas, message me. If you've got things you need dealing with, message me and let's talk through and see how we can move you forward or find people to help you move forward. So, happy Tuesday. Here we go. It's a beautiful day here. Sun is shining, the birds are still singing, God is still on the throne, and what? I'm still in the garden. So, happy Tuesday to you, and love to hear from you. So from Roxy and me, love you dearly, all of you.